very much, love.
You never lived here.
Oh, yes, I did. For the first 18 years of my life. The last house next to the shop, number 13.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Well, you better start. And stop talking like that. I don't want you hurting people's feelings before you've met them. Come on.
Oh, you're a bit too early for a drink, love. Give us another couple of hours.
Oh, we weren't, Well, I hope I'm not being a nuisance. I'm just after some information.
Oh, that's all. I mean, what sort of information are you after exactly?
Well, it's a bit of a long shot, actually.
Oh?
Me and my daughter, we're from Australia. We're over here on a little holiday, and I brought her to see where I used to live. I was born in this street.
Get away!
And I lived here until we emigrated in 1960. Only I was wondering if there was anybody left I might remember.
Oh, well, you won't remember me, love. Now, my name's Ogden, Mrs. Hilda Ogden, and this is Mrs. Turpin.
Oh, and I'm Alice Hughes, and this is my daughter, Marilyn.
Hello, Marilyn, love.
Well, we've got to start at the beginning, eh?
Yeah.
Now, next door, there's the Barlows.
Yeah.
The Barlows?
Yeah, Ken Barlow. Now, you might
Ken!
Yeah.
I don't believe it. Now, he is the last person I'd have thought would still be...
Stay in this stump. Well, he did.
Wasn't he the one you said you saw it on?
You watch what you're saying.
Oh, he's generally home about this time, so I tell you what, Hilda. Nip round there and give him a knock. Tell him one of his old flames have arrived, you know, frighten him to death. Yeah.
Don't tell him who it is.
No, right, yeah, we keep him guessing, eh?
Yeah. Oh.
I shouldn't be doing this. I'm holding you up.
Oh, well, it's not every day of the week you come from Australia. And besides, I mean, we're having a bit of fun. We don't get all that many to the pound. Do we, Chuck?
What? Oh, you'll have to make allowances for Marilyn. She's full-blooded Aussie.
Oh, why shouldn't I be?
Why should you? Your dad was born in Cardiff and I was born here.
Hey, here he is.
I managed to catch him on his way out.
You'd never believe he'd taken me in the back row of the Roxy, would you? And bought me fish, chips and mushy peas at Jackson's afterwards.
It's never Alice Taylor.
Oh, it was once. It's Alice Hughes now. How are you?
Oh, I can't believe it. You look about 2 years older.
I see what you mean.
Oh, yeah, always was a smooth talker, this one. No, I left here when I was 17 in 1960, so you can work it out for yourself.
Australia, right?
Oh, that's right, Sydney. I met my husband while I was out there, and this is the result. This is Marilyn.
Hello, Marilyn.
Hello.
Well, come on, get yourself sat down if you're stopping.
Oh, right.
Come on.
Oh, well.
Hilda, love. Hey, do you think you could rustle us up some coffee?
Oh, all right.
Let me help.
Oh, Tarcho, it's this way.
She hates to miss anything, does Hilda?
Oh, me too. You know, one of the great disappointments of my young life was missing the Rovers' trip to Blackpool Illuminations the year we left. I got all my plans laid for getting Ken under Central Pier. And then, would you believe it, our papers came through, some of them we'd expected, and it was bang and off to Australia. But do you still run trips to the Illuminations? Are they still going?
Oh, they're still going, but we've not been to see him while I've been here, lovey.
I think the trip you're talking about was the last. No, wait a minute. There was one the following year, 1961. Yes, I remember that. There were repercussions from that one. It started in the usual liquid fashion. We could have floated to Blackpool on the drink that was flowing in this place.
Talk about a busman's holiday. You'll go all the way to the Illumination, stopping at every pub on the way, and if I know you lot, you won't see so much as a 40-watt bulb when you get there.
How do you make that out, Annie Love?
Straight out of the shower and into the nearest public house. I know you lot are all.
Here's that, Len. What do you think about that?
I'll tell you what I think of that. I'm disgusted, that's what I am. But mind you, she's right.
It's a bit late, though, isn't it?
Well, coach driver's lost his way.
Hey, show up, pal. There's many or two words spoken in jest, you know.
All right, we're here. Where's the Rolls Royce then, eh?
Shut up, Jed.
What have I done now?
Oh, we haven't even started, and already you're making an exhibition of yourself.
Don't worry, it'll be here in a minute.
Well, I hope so, Mr. Walker. These two, they're like a couple of kids, up and down.
Who is?
You are. Hurry up, Christine, or we miss that shower. Anybody think you've never been to Blackpool before?
Well, you still had your hair in pins.
Oh, go on. Tell the old pub. Go on, shout it out.
Christine Hardman still had her hair in pins.
Do you?
Well, are we having a drink while we're waiting then? It's all right.
No, we are not.
Oh, hello. We finally decided what dress we're wearing
You can stop that before you start.
Go on, Elsie. Let the lad have a drink.
Oh, no, I've seen how. Don't...
a trip before, sitting there the colour of a billiard table asking the driver to stop every 5 minutes.
Oh, me? I never drink more than I can take.
Well, yeah, Ben.
He'll have half a pint and that's his lot.
Well, thanks very much. Smashing trip this is going to be.
Hello, Malcolm. Hello, Jack.
Knocking around out there, did you?
No.
Why, something the matter?
No, there's nothing the matter. That coach will be here on time, don't worry.
Ah, he'll be all these over 60s. Go mad, they do. There's no controlling them.
What do you mean?
Oh, I don't know what the olders of today are coming to. If they're not on that coach ripping up the seats, you can bet your life they're flogging it to a second-hand car dealer. They crack on, they're a load of cripples. They're a bunch of Teds, they're out.
Hey, well, I can just see Minnie Caldwell in a ponytail and wearing wrinkle pickers.
She's just a mole. Swindley, he's the real leader of the gang. You should see him in his leather jacket and his jeans.
Good evening, all. Talk of the devil.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing, Mr. Swindley, nothing.
Well, come on then, let's get mobile.
Ta-ra! Oh, well, I'm very gratified to see that the holiday spirit is already prevailing.
Doing all right, aren't you?
Just come on.
Come on, darling, grab the seat in the back, hurry up.
Come on,
Go for your pace, wait till the coach down, they'll tell you.
Can I sit with you, love? Up here. Get off. Hey, leave it alone.
Go on. Surprise me. Who's it for?
Well, it was for Mr. Swindley.
Oh, I didn't expect it was a Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. You mean to tell me he's booked it special?
Oh, well, not special.
Has he got a ticket pinned onto it to say it's reserved?
No, I don't suppose it has.
No, neither do I. Well, shift your carcass. What have you got on your head?
It's my Blackpool hat, you know.
You what?
My Blackpool hat. I bought it the last time we were there on Whitmonday, remember?
And have you been saving it all this time?
Well, I wear it sometimes for shopping, Master, but not with the writing on. That wouldn't be fair.
Right, pass right down the bus,
Oh,
please.
then
No
sit
smoking
down.
on Lloyd
Stop,
yet.
stop, stop.
Hey, who's got the car? Everything all ship-shape and Bristol fashion? Have we all embarked?
Well, if we haven't, we've got some gate crashes, I can tell you.
I hope you don't mind being my travelling companion, Mr. Lostock. This seems to be the only seat available.
It's all right. I don't snow.
Still, I always think it's good for labour relations to share one's social activities with one's employees.
That reminds me, Mr. Swindley. Talking of employees, I've got so much to tell you. I want to give him a notice.
Oh, notice, Miss Lostock.
Yeah, I found another situation.
Oh, well, in that case, I've no objection, as long as you give me ample time to find an adequate replacement.
Oh, it's all right. I don't want to go until the day after tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Everybody okay? All right, well, get cracking.
Over there, Daddy. Can you see them all? Over there. I know, it's all
Very good, isn't it? Very artistic.
Dennis, what the heck are you doing with them sandwiches
I'm
anyway?
eating them. What do you think?
Oh, already?
Well, it's hours since I had my tea. Hey, has anybody got a bottle opener?
Never mind the bottle, now watch the light.
You heard what your mum said, now watch the light.
Hey, have you stuck that about the bird?
It's not the best queen, no.
Minnie Caldwell, how long are you away for? Oh, only the evening, Martha. Well, anyone to see you would think you were off for a fortnight. Oh, it's only an evening trip. I could have told you that. You don't have to tell me, I know. What have you got in this bag? Oh, it's just my things, Martha. Oh, isn't that lovely? What things? My things for the trip. Such as what, for instance? Well, there's my suntan. Well, what do you want suntan for? There's no sun at night, you know. Oh, you don't need sun for this, Martha. It works without. Oh, look, isn't that lovely? Oh, and then here's my umbrella in case it rains. Here, what's this? Oh, nothing, Martha. There's nothing there. Oh, did you see that? Of course there's something there. I can see it. Here, what's this? What have you done this for? You're not going to bed, are you? Well, it's for coming back. It might turn chilly. But where are you going to get it filled? Oh, on the prom, Martha. They sell jugs of hot water to take in on the sand. I suppose you haven't brought your Wednesday nightgown with you just by chance, have you? No, Martha, it wasn't worth it. It's daft to bring a lot of things just for one evening trip. Oh, no.
Showing all the legs. Look, showing all the legs.
Jetstone, will you keep your hands to yourself for 1 minute? We're here. Oh, isn't that beautiful?
I don't know, darling.
Why not?
I've got my eyes shut. Come here.
Oh. Have you?
Oh, look, Mrs. Sharple's old King Cole.
That's old King Cole and Huckleberry Ann. If you don't know what you're watching, you want to keep your trap shut.
Oh, the wheel. Very nice. That's well done, isn't it, Jack?
Hey, Mrs. Len, what are you looking out that way for?
Illuminations is this side.
Illuminations? Only one illumination I'm looking for. That's a neon sign. See? Big banner.
Now, if they're not in this room, Frank, I'm giving up.
Well, knowing them, Jack, it wouldn't surprise me if they're not in any of them, you know. I bet you a pound to penny they've got Doreen on the ghost train.
Well, Len said the pub opposite the second gents after the South Pier, and that's this one, according to my reckoning.
Oh, well... Hey, there they are, Jack.
Where?
There, look.
Where the heck have you two been? I thought you both clicked or something.
We've been traipsing up and down the prom looking for you,
Well, you
lot.
can't have been looking so hard. We've been sat in here for the last half hour.
What are you looking so miserable for, eh?
Luke. They don't know if we were yapped to each other ever since we got off the coast. Aye, with plans for that last of Len and me. We've got half a crown bet on.
What for?
See you getting ghost train first.
I wish whatever you did.
Albert Valentino there.
Well, I'll tell you what, shove you off down to the kitchen, I'll get them in for you. Then you can all drown yourselves in a pint of beer.
All right, Jack.
Come on.
Right, wait a minute.
There you are. And remember, Len, you are a married man when all's said and done.
I know, but it's different when you're on a coach trip, innit, Bill?
Yeah. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll be off now. I promise to meet the others on the South Pier.
Oh, don't miss bus, will you? Now, ta-ra, Will. Oh, good evening, Miss Stella. Have the others arrived at our rendezvous?
Well, I don't really know. I'm waiting for somebody, you see.
Yes. Oh, well, I expect they're all on the way. We'll meet you in the cafe on the pier, as arranged.
Yes, all right then. What was on in that theatre, Mr. Quincy?
Theatre, Mr. Rich?
Yes, on the Golden Mile. I thought it sounded most interesting.
Oh, no. Nothing of interest, I can assure you.
Oh,
Merely a childish catchpenny.
You've been to one before, then?
Certainly not. But you can take it from me, Miss Nugent. Those sideshows are not our kind of entertainment.
Still, there's lots of other exciting things to do, isn't there?
Oh, yes, indeed, yes. I suggest we inhale a few more breaths of this lovely sea air and then proceed to the cafe for a nice cup of tea. Hello.
And where do you think you've been?
Me? I'm sorry, I'm a bit adrift.
A bit? You said half past. What time is it now?
10-2.
Oh, well, where do you think you've been? Up to the top of the tower and back of summit?
So, having a quiet drink with the lad.
Oh, have you?
Yes, I have.
Well, what's funny?
Your face.
Well, thank you very much. What's wrong with my face?
Nothing, it's just the way your nose twitches when you're mad at me.
Oh, that's all right, then. Are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, I am. You?
Oh, yes. You know, I'm mad about shadow trips. If there was a shadow trip going from one end of Coronation Street to the other, Elsie Tanner would be on it, bet you cotton socks. You know, you must have been more exciting places than Blackpool.
Oh, I don't know. One place is much the same as the next.
Where have you been, then?
What, Neandrew? Oh, you know, the usual. Hong Kong, Alex, Jib, Guz.
Where?
Guz.
Where's that?
Guz? Oh, it's like paradise. Hot tropical sunshine, all the parties wearing grass skirts. You just lie on your back drinking coconut juice while they fan.
Oh, I see.
Marvellous how all the natives speak English, though.
Well, where is it, then?
Devonport Barracks, about half a mile from Plymouth.
Hey, up. Oh, I'm not kidding. If you eat anything more, you'll burn.
Get away, I've had no yet. This is the earth.
Well, you're the only lad I've ever seen eating hamburgers and onions on the Big Dipper. Yeah, no wonder you looked so gormless when we came out leaning against that wall with your mouth open.
Oh, I was breathing.
You were staggering.
Well, it's better than standing outside the funhouse door for that clown laughing his head off.
You should have come on in. You would have enjoyed yourselves.
Yeah, I noticed you did, watching them girls' skirts blowing right up.
Darling, I've only got eyes for you. Come for a walk under the pier and I'll prove it.
Hey, you might meet Ken and Val down there.
What, them two drips? If I know them, they'll be holding hands in the public library.
I don't know what you've got against Val. I think she's a lovely girl.
Oh, she puts it on. That's her trouble. She's the right tatter. A blooming daisy. Straight up, sit down.
Hey, I thought we were going for some tea and summer tea.
Yeah, well, we're going for a short stroll to work up an appetite. Sit down, love.
Hey, Jean, if you need any help, there's some lifeguards down there. Okay. Oh, come on, Dennis. I'd hate to see you faint with hunger. Come on, love.
I don't know. Doesn't take much to amuse some people, does it?
How do you mean, Ken?
Well, look at it. Beside the great British seaside, Mastopia, here we come. No wonder some people emigrate.
What's she talking about?
Well, just think of it. For 50 weeks of the year, they work to save up for this. A fortnight in Blackpool. Chip shops, stink of onions, lights. Some imbecile sideshows, a dirty great concrete fairground, and they're happy, or so they think.
Of course they're happy, Ken. They wouldn't come otherwise,
No,
would
they don't know any better. They live in dumps like Coronation Street, and they think this is paradise.
Well, what's wrong with it?
Everything. It's overcrowded, overcharged. It's not right, Val. People deserve better than this. Some people work hard, very hard, all the year round, and this is what they get at the end of it. If only they could want a bit more.
Well, it wouldn't do if everyone was alike, would it?
Well, it's just what they are in this place, like a lot of sheep.
Look, Ken, you enjoy yourself going to the theatre and reading and all that. Well, other people are different. They enjoy this.
You mean they think they do, because they don't know any better?
You're not enjoying yourself, then?
I am. But then I enjoy being with you.
Well, let's see you smile, then. Hey, where are you going now?
I'm going for some chips instead.
Look, if we'd have stood there for 2 minutes, we'd have got served.
Oh, well, there's plenty of chip shops. Hey, I thought you two were busy.
Now the dance halls are finished. They've bagged all the dry places.
Yeah, well, it won't kill you to behave yourself. for a
It's all right,
change.
darling. I'll make up for it on the way back. Hey, where are we going now, then? The pleasure beach? We can have a go at the rifles.
I'm getting some chips.
You'll miss the shower the way you're going
Oh,
on.
sure.
Hey, isn't it a pity we've missed the waxwork? Yeah.
Darling, you've missed nothing. Here, picture gallery. Who's that?
Bruce Forsyth.
Marlon Brando.
Oh,
Adam Faith.
Cliff Richards.
Oh, Elvis.
You've won a major prize.
I didn't know I was right. Hey, who's that?
Ronnie.
Who's he?
My brother.
Oh, it's Chamber of Horrors, more like.
Don't kid yourself, Duchess. There are worse monsters than me hanging about, I'll tell you.
I don't.
There's some right Judies in this dump, isn't
Hey, she's certainly getting her tanner's work. I wouldn't like that, Madam Fanakafana, whatever her name is, getting me call with as a customer. She'll have her there all night. You don't think she's had an accident? The only accident that'll happen to her is if I walk in there and crown her with that crystal ball, keeping us standing here like a couple of Christmas cards.
Thank you.
Oh, you're here, are you? Who've you had in there with you? You Gateskill?
Oh, no, Ina, the Conservative Party's over. It finished last Saturday.
Well, do you know what's going to happen to you now? I suppose you believe all that rubbish she told you.
Oh, no, Martha. It's proper magic.
It's all eyewash.
Oh, she told me I was going to have a visitor from the skies. Like a bolt out of the blue, she said.
Ah, well, you can just bolt back to that shadow unless you want to stop here all night.
Oh, I always have my hand read when I come to Blackpool.
Oh, come on.
Are you coming, Ina?
No, I'll follow you on.
Well, where are you going?
I'm going into this funny big gaslight here to give it a piece of my mind, filling my friend's heads with Jolly Robins.
Oh, but Ina, you'll miss the
Not
shower.
another day. You tell him to wait for me. Go on, I'll catch you up. You go on.
I think you're going to have your hand read.
Me, have my palm read. I've got more sense than that many cold. Well,
Come on, you're going to miss the bus. You know how slow you are.
Well, now, we're all on, aren't we? Yes, I think so, Mr. Walker. Yes, all the wanderers
All
have
right, let's hit
returned.
the trail, partners. Next stop, Dodge City.
Hey, Robert Horton, sit down and look after your sick friend here.
Right.
Hey, Dennis, don't you think you ought to sit next to the window?
Oh, I'll be all right. Leave me alone. I'm all right. Right, come on, let all three go.
oh, Martha, is Ina on? Oh, of course she's on. Can't you hear her? She's up at the back.
These drunkards, they make you sick. Shut up, lad, she'll hear you.
Oh, Ina, she'll be up at the front.
Are you all right? Okay now?
Come on, lad.
Hey, stop.
Have you had your money? Tell me what you can see. I can see you on a long journey. Oh, that's me going back on the sheriff. Oh, no.
And she was right. Ina missed the bus, didn't get home till the following morning. Finished the journey on a potato lorry, if my memory serves me right.
How is Ina? Is she still the same?
I'm afraid not. She died a couple of years ago.
Oh. Oh, she was forever taking me on one side and giving me advice. Looking back, it was all good. Now she's gone.
Well, she was a good age, lovey.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she would have been. What were these repercussions you were talking about on the trip?
This chap, Bill, Elsie's boyfriend, he was a petty officer in the Navy. He was also a married man, though nobody knew it at the time, including Elsie.
And was Elsie married?
No, she was divorced. At least, she thought she was. That was the trouble.
Elsie Tanner's middle name, Trouble.
Now, let me just think back. It all started with a letter.
on.
Get down here now.
Now, what have I done?
Sit down.
Eh?
I said sit down.
Well, come on.
We're waiting for your sister.
What for?
Never mind, she'll find out. I don't boil me cabbages twice. She'll find out when she gets here.
Go on, play the mystery woman.
Hi, I'll play the mystery woman. I'll play Hamlet and all in a minute.
Was he knocking?
Come in here, will
I
you?
can't stop, I'm fed.
He can wait. Come in.
Oh, that's a change. Any roll? What's up?
Sit down.
Eh?
I said sit down. Can't you understand plain English?
What's up?
Now
Go
then,
on, we're sitting comfortable.
have you two been up to any of your old tricks?
What are you talking about?
Have you two been trying to make a fool of me?
You don't need no help for that.
Shut up, you. What are you on about?
Have you been writing any letters? That's what I'm on about.
To you?
Yes, to me.
Well, I haven't, and he can't write.
Of course I can.
Oh, well, perhaps you can read. Read that.
Dear Mrs. Tanner, it is
Oh,
quite...
give it here. Now listen to me, and listen to me very carefully. There's a lot of people around here that don't think much of us as a family. Sometimes I don't think much of us myself, but God help me, you're all I've got. And I'm all you've got.
What about Ivan and Paul?
Oh, go on, turn your back on me.
I'm not turning me back on you.
It isn't very often I ask you for help. I can manage most things by myself. I've took a lot of slanging in my time, and I can give back as good as I get, but this time...
Hey, she were talking about plain English.
Shut up, you. Dear Mrs. Tanner, it is quite obvious that you do not know the law of the land. For if you did, you would know that you are not allowed to go messing about with men until you are absolutely divorced. Certain people would like to know what happened in Blackpool Illuminations between you and a certain gentleman who wears a uniform. And this information will be passed on if you do not put your house in order. This is a warning. If you think I don't know what I'm talking about, you've got another...
Albert. Here a second. Tell him who Elsie Tanner thought wrote that letter.
Annie Walker.
Get away.
It's the stories I'm sending here. They had the blazing row the other day, you know.
Well, that was so, but Annie wouldn't do a thing like that.
Oh, it's hard to think who would, isn't it?
What do you think about it then, Ina?
Well, from the taste of it, I say there's some fallout in this beer. You can't tell me it all drops in milk.
I thought it was something to do with the cows.
No, I mean about the big thing that's going on round here. You know.
Oh, I know all right. Drop a tidbit like that down the street and you can't get by for flapping ears. But if you really want to know, I'm holding myself aloof.
You what?
I'm holding myself aloof.
Oh, dear.
And what are you old dearing about?
What was it you said?
You know, you've been getting steadily worse ever since you had that slate on your head. Did you take them pills I give you?
Oh, yes, Ina, I'm most particular.
Do you feel any better, do you think?
No, they had a rather peculiar effect on me.
Oh, I see. They made you feel normal, is that it?
No, very peculiar. I don't like to say what it was.
Oh, they shouldn't have done that to you. There was nothing to do with that as far as I know.
Oh, well, perhaps it was just me.
Oh, well, perhaps it was. At any rate, you've got plenty to be thankful for, haven't you?
Oh, why, Ina?
Well, you'll never get a letter like that one Elsie Tanner had.
No. And I can't see you tomorrow night either. Oh, no, Bill, you mustn't. No, you mustn't. Listen to me, will you? I've had a letter, a nasty one. No, I don't know who it's from. Oh, it was all about us and the divorce not coming through and me having to watch myself until it does and all that. No, it's all right. It is going through. That's why I went to see Miss Lister's. Yeah. Well, you see now why you mustn't come down and spoil everything. No, promise me you won't. I know that, but promise me. Yeah. Of course I will. No. Of course I don't need you. Goodbye. Flipping liar.
If you take my tip, you'll keep your voices down.
Well, we was only discussing it, Ina. After all, it is a free country when all's said and done.
You'll find out how free it is if Annie Walker captures you.
Well, perhaps we'd better talk about the illuminations.
And perhaps we'd better not and all. If you think I've forgotten what happened the other night, Minnie Cole, well, then you've got...
What can I get you, Mrs. Tanner?
I don't want anything, thank you, Mrs. Walker. I received this letter this morning. I'd like to know what you've got to say about it.
Now, look here.
Never you mind. Wait a minute, Jack. I'd like to say two things about this letter, Mrs. Tanner. In the first place, I wouldn't soil my hands writing such a thing. And in the second place, I'm downright disgusted that anyone should think I could.
And while I'm talking, I'd like to say something else. I stood in this public house tonight, and I've heard my name linked with this letter not once but a dozen times. I've seen my own husband and my own barmaid try to keep the customers from telling me.
Now listen, Annie.
No. Now go on, Jack, please. I've been accused in public, and I've a right to defend myself in public. I did not write that letter, Mrs. Tanner. And if you'll take a tip from me, you'll go back home and pull yourself together. And when you've done that, perhaps you'll have the decency to come back here and apologize.
Come on, Elsie, love.
Leave me alone. You've been behaving pretty funny lately, haven't you?
Hey, now, be careful.
Careful. Whoever wrote me that wasn't careful. They didn't care what it did to me, did they? You're all the same, the lot of you.
Doreen,
Yes, Mrs. Walker.
get a quarter bottle of brandy and take it round to Mrs. Tanner. Better take this with you, so.
Right, yeah.
Do carry on drinking, please. We can't afford to let this affect business.
Good evening, ladies.
You should be supping in the other bar. You'd have been here plenty long enough to know that.
Say what you like, you know, but I think Annie handled that very, very well indeed. Right. Hey, but mind you, if she puts the same fight up over this decorating lark, I think we're going to have quite a battle over it, aren't we?
I thought you'd like to know. It wasn't Mrs. Walker who sent that letter.
Oh, we know that, love.
Yes, but I thought you'd like to be certain. Ina Sharple said as how it wasn't her. She wouldn't explain how she knew, but she was very definite.
Excuse me. What's up with him?
Hey, you could have got you down a mile.
So, somebody'll have a cheap thrill.
Got more important things to think about this morning.
Oh, you're not still on about her.
Aren't I? Just you wait and see.
Well, look, Mum, you've got no proof. It was Ina Sharple that wrote that letter.
You heard what Ivan said. He said Ina Sharple said that Annie Walker didn't write that letter and she knew it. You know, you heard him say that, didn't you? But nothing. Ina Sharple's opened the line gone too far this time and she's got to know about it right now. Where is she?
Dear lady, please, this is most unseemly. We're just about to conduct a religious service.
Oh, she's inside, is she? Hiding behind her religious principles, just like her, the hypocritical old bag.
Oh, come. We mustn't have such profanity on the Sabbath, or indeed any other day. Mrs. Sharples has gone to visit her sister.
Oh, more likely gone to polish her horns.
She said she would be back about midday.
Oh, did she? Well, in that case, I'm going. And you can tell her I've been. Oh, and while you're about it, you can tell her I'll be back.
Oh, good morning, Mrs. Tanner. Lovely morning.
I haven't noticed.
I know exactly how she felt. I know exactly why she walked in here and behaved as she did. She's not a well-educated woman, Jack. You've got to face that. And when that sort get hit, they only know one thing. That's to hit back, and they don't care who they hit either. They just lash out.
Oh, well, I reckon they won't pity you.
Well, so do I, if you'd hear me out. That's what I'm going to say. I am sorry for the woman. I'm very sorry for her. The fact that I've had advantages she hasn't doesn't mean I don't understand her. It's all the more reason why I should.
Oh, well, I'm glad you feel that way about it. Hey, Annie, it's Mrs. Tanner.
Indeed. Tell her we're not open yet.
I know that, Mrs. Walker. That's not what I've come for. I'd like to have a word with you.
Yes?
About last night, I want to say thank you very much for the brandy.
Oh,
It was...
you needn't have trouble. I should have done the same for anyone who was in the state you were in.
Yes, I know that. And I've not come for that, though I was grateful. Mrs. Walker, I'm very sorry.
I should think so.
I don't know what come over me. I knew perfectly well that you wouldn't have written a letter like that. I was just so upset I didn't know what I was doing.
I suppose you know half Coronation Street heard what you went on, quite apart from my own feelings in the matter.
I'll apologise in front of them all, if you like.
There's no need to. I'm quite capable of accepting an apology by myself.
Then do you?
Yes, I do.
All right, then.
Good morning, Mrs. Tanner.
Good morning, Mrs. Walker.
Good morning.
Well, I'll go to her house. I thought you were sorry for her.
Well, it's one thing telling you, but it's another thing telling her. I don't want her coming in accusing me, you know, every time something goes wrong.
And they say men make wars.
Oh, well, we have the sense to fight with words, love. That way no one gets killed.
Oh,
good morning, Mrs. Sharples. You're back, I see.
Sherlock Holmes rides again. How did you spot that?
I have a message for you from Mrs. Tanner.
S-W-A-L-K, I suppose.
I beg your pardon.
Sealed with a loving kiss. Oh, you live in a world of your own, then, I suppose. So you said, what'd she want?
She said she wanted to talk to you.
Well, I didn't think she was coming to bring me a bunch of flowers. You mean she come here, to the mission? Don't tell me she's been converted.
No, she was knocking on the vestry door. Knocking rather belligerently, if I may say so. In fact, I thought she'd do it some damage. She said it was rather urgent.
Oh, did she? Well, I can't help that. I have a very important appointment to keep, and I have no intention of breaking it for Mrs. Elsie Tanner.
She was very upset.
Oh, go on. You're bringing tears to my eyes. Don't worry, she'll not get maggots in being she's kept waiting. Heaven knows she's preserved herself well enough for years. And as you're always the first to say, Mrs. Swinby, business before pleasure, Mrs. Sharple. Business before pleasure.
Hello.
Hey, you're back early. Dinner's not ready yet.
I haven't come back for dinner.
What is it? What happened? What's wrong?
Ma'am, you shouldn't have said those things about Mrs. Sharple. Mr. Walker told me all about it.
You come back starting more bother. I only said what was right.
Linda, I'm trying to stop bother. Mrs. Sharple said the Rovers now, and her friend's telling her all about it.
Oh, she's in there, is she? Right, ma'am. I'm finishing my cigarette. Oh, now look what you've done.
This was supposed to be a respectable house. I don't have the face to call it that in allow such language to be used on the premises. I should like to point out, Mrs. Sharples, that I wasn't on the premises when the incident occurred. Unfortunately, I'd gone round to Mrs. Lindley's. Otherwise, you can rest assured it would never have happened. I'm not interested whether you were here or not. All I know is that my good name has been sullied, and as you and your husband are the licensee of these premises, I shall hold you partly responsible for any action I may take.
Oh, but Tina, it wasn't Mrs. Walker who said it. It were Elsie Tanner.
She knows that.
No, I've not forgotten.
What's she going to do, Ina?
She's going round to see that Elsie Tanner.
Yes, when I'm ready. I've never been one to turn my back on a row, and I'm blowed if I'm going to allow it to interfere with my pleasure. Right. Right.
So there we were. Sunday morning and the fight of the century literally on our doorstep. Ina in the snug over there, priming herself with milk stout. Elsie Tanner at home, whipping herself into a fury. And I was there. Come on outside, I'll show you the battlefield.
Hilda, I think you better wash these cups up, love. We're not far from opening. That's good.
Well, this is it. The OK Corral, all ready for the gunfight. Imagine it. Ina was here, where we're standing, hand on a Colt 45. And out comes Elsie.
Out there. Hey, come on, Danny, come on. There's skin and air flying out there.
What are they fighting with? Double-barrel rolling pin?
I'm not kidding you. They're dead serious.
You're telling me, and I don't want to get mixed up in it. I've no stomach for women fighting.
Oh, come on, Danny, come on.
Hey there, lass, you better stop where you are. Here, you're not going, are you?
Here, I wouldn't lower myself. Still, it's your party to blame for what's happened. Perhaps I'd better go and see if I can put things right. Come on.
Here, what do you mean?
Yeah, but I've been no good. It's a well-known fact. People have been talking about you for years.
Oh, I'd expect you to know something like that. Every lying bit of gossip that goes about what you don't know, you make up. We don't need sewers around here. We've got Ina Sharple.
I got something wrong with a woman that can't hang on to her husband.
At least mine wasn't carried out feet first.
What do you mean by that, eh? What do you mean by that? Are you listening to this? Or what you as witnesses after this?
It's no secret round here that you lashed him to death of that.
By gum, all this and the Sally Army too.
Going on.
Oh, I'd get back into bed if I were you. Kids of yours that are going. You leave my child. I only need to say what I've got to say. I'm not ashamed of anything I've done, and I'm not afraid of the truth either.
Dennis, get off!
What's up now? We've been the pair of me in out this bed like a flaming yo-yo.
Ma'am, she's got raving mad.
Oh, what's she done
Not
now?
what she's done. What she might do. She's having a slanging match in the street with Ina Sharples, and I've had to go back to the Rovers, and I can't leave the baby.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
Joe, you've got to go out there and stop them.
Who, me?
Oh, Dennis, this is serious.
Yeah, well, keep your ear on and stop worrying. She can look after herself now, man.
Oh.
Tell you I don't like it.
Oh, that happens sooner or later. It'll clear the air
Well, why
anyway.
didn't somebody stop
Well, they
them?
never do. They just stand back till the fighting
Hey,
starts.
they haven't come to that yet, but they will do if someone doesn't stop them.
We'll just look at everybody. For anything that matters, they'll be at home watching the telly.
I've listened to you talking as long as I can, but this time, I've only sat back out of respect for your age, but this time I'm going to land you one so help me.
That's right. Go on. Strike a poor old defenseless woman. That's just about your level, Elsie Tanner. But before you raise your hand and damn yourself forever if you haven't already done it, you'll listen to me for a minute or two. I know all about that letter, and personally haven't the slightest doubt that everything in it is now for God's own truth. You think on this, I know plenty about you. I know plenty about you that you don't think I know. I could have written a full-length book about you, let alone a letter, but if I had written it, it wouldn't have come anonymous. Oh, no. I've never been afraid to stand behind my own beliefs. If I had written the flaming thing, it'd have had Ena Sharples in big black letters at the bottom of it. Well, you know it. Now go on, stand there and deny it.
Oh, listen, Elsie, you got it out of your system. Come on in and have a drink. There's a go. Ah, come on, ladies. It was only a misunderstanding, wasn't it, really? Want to kiss and make friends, then? Well, make friends anyway.
Take me.
Yeah, come on, man.
What are you going to do, Ena? Come on, love, and I'll buy you a drink.
Dragon. Every street has its own answer, Sally.
Nay, now.
You talk till you're blue in the face. But if there's out goes wrong round here, I know which way the finger points.
Come on, then. Who was it?
What?
Who wrote the letter? If it wasn't Annie Walker and it wasn't Ena, who was it?
Oh, you wouldn't know her. A lady called Nora Dawson. She wanted to marry Elsie's husband, so she had a vested interest in the divorce. Funny lady. Well, she must have been to want Arnold. She owned a sweet shop, Madame Toffee shop, Elsie used to call her.
You're in a world of your own just now. What were you doing? Reliving it all?
Something else. The train crash over the viaduct.
Yes, somebody wrote to my mother about that. What happened exactly?
Oh, I know that story. Annie Walker told me. Nobody knew, you see, who was under the wreckage and who wasn't. I mean, Annie was, she was worried sick because Jack had gone to the chippy and he hadn't come back. Nobody knew where Ena was. And Elsie, well, she was off out gallivanting.
She had an American boyfriend at the time, and he was looking for her all over the place.
Elsie! Elsie!
Can I have another drink, please, Mrs. Walker? I'll get one in for Mr. Walker if you'll give him a shout.
Well, as a matter of fact, love, he's gone off to get some chips.
Oh.
In the hut.
Oh, all right.
And all because I didn't tell him that I was having lessons in contract bridge yesterday. A member of the Ladies' Licensed Fiddlers offered
Well,
to
there
teach
you are,
me.
you see.
But it was my loss, and Miss Robert Taylor.
What, on telly?
No, here. Mrs. Tanner's Robert Taylor.
Excuse me, has anybody seen Elsie?
Hey, Jerry! Jerry, come on! Everyone come out here! There's a train through the viaduct! Come on! Somebody! 999! Please, tell them! Be terrible! What's up?
You're staring at me. Hang on there, Pete. You want to know what? Any more, Pete? How you doing? Right. How's that? All right, then. Yeah. I know, that's all right. Hey, Robert. Where are the fire boys? That lad that nearly got his toes caught said that there was a car underneath that lot.
First lot's round the other side. It's a better approach.
Well, when the next lot comes, you better get around here. Tell the inspector. Right. Oh, hey, and listen, see if you can find somebody that saw this up. It'd help to know what might be under that lot.
Well, Mr. Walker's missing. He went to Jackson's for checks just before it happened, and he's not there because Jerry's checked, hasn't he, Mrs. Walker? Oh, I'd best go after her. I'll go, Mrs. Hobbs. Yeah, all right, love. I'll come down in a minute. Mrs. Sharples is missing and all, and Mrs. Tanner and Lucille. Yeah, well, not where they should be anyway, because they're checked.
Watch up! I thought they had something. Hey, where's that? Down over there! Hey, quiet, everybody! Get up a minute! Hey, fellas! Hey, you are quiet! Yeah, under there. Quiet, everybody, please! Roberts, get that engine switched off.
She'll be mad at me if she knows I've been worrying.
Beg pardon, Mrs. Caldwell.
Ina will.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I know she goes on a bit, only we're very close, really.
Yes, I know you are, love. We all say things we're sorry for sometimes. I remember tonight before opening up.
It will be all right, won't it, Mrs. Walker?
Oh, yes, of course it will, love.
I mean, they couldn't all have been passing at the same time, could they?
No. Not all of them.
Mr. Fowler.
Get off, that's good, lad. Roberts! Has that crane arrived yet?
Yes, sir. It's ready now.
Right, listen, we'd better get this wagon hitched up before we do anything else. Let's have one of you.
Fowler, go on here, over on here.
All right, lad, listen, we'll make a change. Go easy, lads. Take it easy. Now, listen, if anyone sees that wagon move, just 1 inch. Get out.
Come on.
Is anyone going with him?
No, you better get him off. We've got all his details. We'll send someone later.
How is he, son?
How are you, mate? Says he's all right. Look, we'll have to rent this door out when we can get rid of some of this rub, all right. Hey,
Lad, get a crowbar, will you?
He says there's a girl under here.
She in the car?
Well, no, he says that she went round here to talk to somebody.
What's it like up there, son? Is it all right?
Seems all right.
Good God, it's Conway, isn't it? Listen, lad, you said there are two down there. Is that other door open or closed? Listen, lad, now, was anyone behind you when it fell?
No, sir. No, I looked in the middle side.
You sure of that?
No. Sarge.
Listen, don't worry, lad, don't worry. We'll get her out.
Somebody give me a crowbar.
Hey, you, don't let anyone get up there. Nobody except this lad. There's someone else under there.
Coming up, Jenny.
Have they got the lad out yet?
No, not yet. They're not going to move him till the doctor's done a quick check. He's more worried about his girlfriend, really.
Is he badly hurt?
No, don't think so. Just cuts and bruises, you know. He was sitting in the car, though. I could have saved his life. I doubt if the others will be so lucky. Pint? Yeah.
I understand you're a friend of Mrs. Tanner's.
Yeah.
I wondered if someone could tell me just where she might be. I mean, someplace that nobody's asked yet.
Like where?
Well, I wouldn't know that, would I, friend?
No, you wouldn't. You're a bit, mithered, aren't you?
Mither? I don't know what you mean. Look, I just asked you a question. If you don't want to
I
answer
mean,
it,
if I knew, I'd tell you, mate. She can be any one of a dozen places. She has been out late before, you know.
Take the shovel off. Everybody back on Joe.
Keep an eye on this, will you?
Yeah, all right.
You go and try and do a bit of something. Take your mind off.
Len tells me they'll have him out very soon. It's that young copper what took Ken Barlow out to jail, isn't it?
I'll take over, Mrs. Ogden.
Now, it's all right, Mrs. Walker. You just sit quiet. I can manage. Just you leave it to me. I know what it's like waiting, you know. Takes it out of you worse than anything else waiting does. Of course, not that it's not going to be all right, because it is. So just you sit quiet and take it nice and easy and leave it...
Please, stop, Mrs. Ogden.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Walker. I didn't mean to go on.
It's all right, I'm sorry. I know you mean well. It's just that I must have quiet.
Yeah, well, I'll just see to these glasses and then I'll leave you to it.
Oh, forgive me. I'm afraid it's all even more than I can bear.
Take your weight on that leg.
I keep telling you, the girl's in there. Look, it's not me, it's Tommy. Will you ever see the Tom?
Don't worry about Tommy.
Look, she's in there.
Come on, let's get a cup of tea. We'll have a few doors off the road. We'll look after you.
Come on. It's not me, you see.
Hey, listen, lads, passport easy. Let's get the car out. How'd you get here? All right, look, don't get in the way, eh?
Funny how you go on watching birds and you're only bothered about the one, like.
I know. You know, I remember a tubby little blonde she were. Well, not exactly tubby. She had a smashing figure, you know. I think that I've nested there if Harry Lud shut me out sometime. Must be about 10 years ago now. She'll be wed. It's funny, isn't it? Eh? You get wed, you have kids, you settle down, and you wonder where it all went. Hilda. Hilda, no! Hilda!
It's all right, Chuck.
Roberts! Hey, trouble.
I only told him to never cheer him on.
Yeah, it's all right, Chuck. I mean, it's not a didn't know, is it? Just a bit of a blow, just hearing it, like.
Listen, I'm off round the back.
I thought you were helping Mrs. Walker.
Oh, she doesn't want me. It's not her fault I talk too much. I know I talk too much, but I can't seem to do out about it. We can't be other than what we are, you know, Stan. And you know what we are to them round here, don't you? Just a couple of comedians.
All right. Up. Slow.
Is it true, then?
All right.
Under there.
All right, we'll get her out now.
Oh, Lord.
Just stand over there, Mrs. Pete. I used to deliver your milk, remember?
She's under there, Mr. Ogden. My little granddaughter, Sonia.
So then, is it?
What a thing.
Look, take her down to Rover's and ask Mrs. Walker give her a drop of brandy. Yeah? Take her down now,
Yeah, all right. Come on.
Come on, steady.
I'll think you're all right.
Hang on, lad. Hey,
I'm glad you're here, Minnie, love. It's good to have friends, isn't it?
Indeed, Mrs. Peters.
Yes, they're going to be married a week on Saturday, Sonia and Jimmy, you know. He's a good lad, is Jimmy. You're a good lad, aren't you?
How long has she been living with you, Ellie, Jane?
18 years, ever since her mother died. Ever since she was 2 and a bit. And the last time her father came anywhere near was her 14th birthday. Not that he's been missed. No. I've been all the family she's had. Well, never mind, it'll be all right. You'll see, it'll be all right.
Mr. Walker!
You were a mile long down at Jackson's, so I went on to Annie's and joined another. Hey, I've only just learned about this lot. I know, Len tells me that Annie thought I were going to it. Annie, love that. Fancy you going and thinking a silly thing like that, love. Hey, going on upsetting yourself all over now. Hey.
Anything? Yes. Listen, I'll go and get another ambulance.
Hey! There's somebody's arm!
It's an arm's an arm.
Anybody else's?
Shovels left.
Is there any sign of being a shot or lost your tongue?
No, not heard now.
Hey, shut up a minute, will you?
He's coming out the other side. I think he found something.
You're right. She's there.
What, the lash, you mean?
Yeah. She's trapped between the foot plate and the loose wheel. Her head's near the wheel.
Well?
Oh, she's covered in it. I'd like to get her legs free.
She's alive, though?
Don't know.
Oh, nurse, go and get the doctor, will you? Hey, come here. You think you'll make it in there?
Oh, it's a tight squeeze. Got stuck myself at one point.
Well?
Well, if it's just one brick, it'll fetch the whole lot down on it.
There's a girl in there, son. That's his job.
I've tried to be a mother to her. Jim will tell you that. Haven't I tried to be a mother to her?
Yes, ma.
I said, I shan't know what to do when you take her away from me. I'll be all on my own.
I'm a funny Jim, you know.
What, you mean that funny lad that stopped with you?
Well, I dare say it seemed funny to some people, but he was very good to me.
Look, I'll have to go out, Ma.
Then take me with
No.
you.
No, you can do best, dear.
No, let's you and me stop here.
Jimmy, you'll let us know, won't you?
Yes, Ma.
Hey, mate. I'd take 10 minutes off if I was you. Leave it to a man.
Well, there's Mrs. Sharp was there. I wonder where she was. Mrs. Tanner over there.
Doc Greenhouses.
Well, I thought you didn't know. Hey, now that's a dirty straw to pull, weren't it? Well, I mean, there's some things you do and some things you don't do. I know she's treated you like muck, but he's done now.
Have you done?
Yeah.
Hey, have they found her yet?
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't have known anything, lad.
Auntie Annie thinks you ought to come in. What do you think?
Mrs. Sharp hasn't turned up yet.
No, love, I'm afraid she hasn't.
We sat under there singing once, me and Mrs. Sharpless.
Is that so, love?
Jack, can I have a word with you? Look, don't you think you'd better get her inside? They'll be bringing that girl out in a minute.
Oh, I know they will, love.
Yes, I know, but men digging is one thing, but that would be a bit of a shock to her, you know.
It's up to her, love.
Yeah, well, I suppose you know what you're doing.
I think so. I hope so, any road.
Yes, of course.
Old Mrs. Bell's the pianist.
Her that used to be the Sunday school teacher at St Mary's. I wish you'd come sometime. I'm sure you'd enjoy it.
Hey, Ma.
Jimmy. Lad.
Hey, Ma.
Right, let's get this stretcher around the back.
Charlie. Keep that lot quiet, will you? Oh, please.
Oh, Jack, I want to go.
Yes, love.
She was with me at Pleasant Street, you know. What's it all mean?
I wish I could tell you, love. I do.
Anybody under there?
There's a lad finding out.
I found her!
Dead?
One definite, another probable.
No chance.
I reckon it's the woman Conway told us about.
It's Mrs. Sharples.
Well, we're doing the best we can.
Hey, Sergeant! Sergeant! The doctor's coming out.
How are they coping in there, Doctor?
The main thing is to get her out of there. She's all right at the moment. Warding, keeping the rubble.
What's the damage?
Say till we get her to the hospital. I've given her an injection. Excuse me, I'll have a word with those ambulance men.
Sorry you didn't stay and empty tellers now. Hey, do you think we should have put some more cops up? No, I think this wagon's safe enough, but it's the rubble that's dangerous. It keeps dropping. Hey, I tell you what, give me that torch. I'm gonna have a go. Hey, watch out. Hey, you been in. Anybody else there? Get on with it. Right, come on. All right, that settles it, doesn't it? Hey, if anything happens under there, just give me a scout, won't it? If out does, we won't have to.
Keep everyone away, will you? Don't take any risks, not at this stage.
Yes, I've got a couple of minutes I'm watching the She'll be all right.
She's been stuck there for ages, Mr. Walker.
It'll take more than a few bricks to bruise his inner sharples, I can tell you.
Yeah, Mrs. Caldwell, love, you get that down, you chuck. They're taking their time, aren't they?
I wouldn't try telling them that if I were you, Mrs. Ogden.
It reminded me, when I heard the roar as it collapsed, it reminded me of those dreadful nights during the war when you just heard the siren and your stomach started turning over.
I watched. I stood there and watched them digging away. But the thought of Mrs. Sharples buried beneath all that, I just couldn't bear it. And the young girl's dead. You're only a child at that age.
I immediately thought of Lucille, you know. Not that she's in the habit of frequenting the viaduct at that time, of course, but
Of course,
you
it's only natural, I suppose.
It's all right, love, don't worry. You've no need to worry as far as serving them's concerned.
At this time of the morning, it's 1 o'clock. What's the police going to say?
Oh, I've had a word with Sergeant Bowden.
What do you think?
Well, I reckon the wink's as good as a nod, you know.
Are we on then?
Well, it would appear so.
Well, terrible, back.
Is there any news yet?
No, love, haven't got her out yet.
Fine, please, Mrs.
You're on, Jerry lad.
You are.
Out of that stub you're going to give me till Thursday.
Oh.
Gently take it easy. Now, you've got plenty of time now.
Watch it, lads, watch it.
I'm just going back home, Mrs. Caldwell. Why don't you come with me? I can't get myself away. I know, but you'd be better inside, wouldn't you? Some people think it doesn't matter when you get to our age, but it does, you know. Of course it does. Would you wait with me for a bit? I would if you want to. Of course I will.
Johnny, just... Drag her down here, that bitch. Mind you don't face that. And board down. That's it, that's it. Come on. Pull her feet a bit more. Come on, we're doing all right. All right.
Hello.
How did it go? How's she?
Well, it's hard to say. They just took her to the hospital.
How do you feel?
Better.
All right, away you go.
No, I don't know which ward she's in. Only she was admitted early this morning.
Haven't you got through yet?
No, they're putting me through to the ward. Oh, hello. Is that the ward, sister? Yes, it's about Mrs. Sharples. Can you tell me how she's getting on, please? Oh, comfortable. Well, look, what I want to know really is, what is exactly wrong with her? She won't tell me. Oh, I see. Well, could I come and visit her this afternoon? Oh, I see.
Hello? This is Mrs. Sharple's daughter, Enid. Yes, I've come all the way from Liverpool. Yes, well, I'd like to know what's wrong with... Well, just exactly how bad is she? I see. Well, I'm afraid, miss, if you can't tell me, we'll have to speak to the matron, won't we? That's right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Just getting it up.
Well, ask if we can visit.
Hello? Doctor? Yes, that's right. Well, how bad is she? Righto. Yes. Thank God for that. Bye, Doctor.
She okay?
If that woman fell off the top of Blackpool Tower, she'd bounce. Cuts, bruises, and a broken arm. Now, would you credit it?
Could have been worse. A lot worse.
Hard to believe, isn't it, looking at it now?
Oh, believe it or not, it happened.
Just there, was it, by that shop?
Yeah, just there. Rubble, railway tracks on their ends, policemen, doctors, ambulance men, people screaming.
Oh, look, come on, let's get in before we get maudlin. How about a decent drink if anybody's interested?
I wouldn't say no to a sweet sherry if you'll let me pay.
I do no such thing. What do you have, lovey?
Have you got a Bacardi and Coke?
Oh, I'm sorry, I asked again.
No, nothing for me, thanks. What's Beck going to say about all this?
Oh, she's down at the brewery. What she doesn't know never hurt her.
I wouldn't mind a sherry if you're asking.
Oh, well, I wasn't, but seeing as you're here...
Who's this Bet, the present landlady?
Yes, that's right, love, Bet Lynch. She's not been the boss for long.
No, she used to be a barmaid. Mrs. Walker retired. They wouldn't make her the Queen Mother, so she sold up and went to live with their Joni. Darby. That was funny.
Annie Walker didn't need any help crowning herself queen, did she? No. She just reminded me of a fancy dress dance we had in the Mission in, it must have been 20 years ago. Christmas. Yeah, and come to think of it, not all that festive for some. Ina had a daughter living with her.
Wasn't her name, Vera?
Yeah, nothing wrong with your memory, that's right, yes. She was a very sick woman, but not long to live, although she wasn't aware of it herself. Only Ina knew.
Right. The mission hall's all spotless, ready for them to tread them muck in. Can I get you a cup of tea?
Mum, stop it.
Now, what have I done?
There's no need to be sarky. If you want me to put kettle on, just say so and I'll do it.
I wasn't being sarky. I'm on my feet. It won't do me a bit of harm to shove a few tea leaves in the pot. If you fancy anything to eat, I've saved the tin of salmon.
No, thanks.
Well, you've eaten out all over Christmas.
You're getting very concerned for my welfare all of a sudden, aren't you?
I'm your mum.
You always have been, including this last couple of weeks when you've done nothing but pick at me.
Well, it is Christmas. Spirit of goodwill. You're all the family I've got.
Well, there's nothing special about Christmas. We'll have another one next year. Don't suppose I'll get invited then, will I?
I hope so.
Christmas is coming.
Oh, not more of them.
Oh, it's all right. This one's had a Christmas box already.
If you haven't got a penny, take
Home
it
in.
Christmas is coming.
been and
the goose
gone.
is getting fat.
Please put a penny in the old man's hat if you haven't got a penny.
Look, you've had a music box with the ballerina on top. Be satisfied. Hello, Vera.
Hello, Mrs. Caldwell.
Well, you're the first person I've ever seen go to a fancy dress do dressed as a mother.
Oh, I'm not supposed to be my mother, Ena.
They were a Sunday best from the day she went to see the singing pool to the last time she went to watch speedway racing at Bellevue. Never had them off her back for 30 years.
Oh, I know they belong to her. Only I'm not her.
What are you, then?
Yes.
I give up.
Aren't you dressing up, Mum?
No, I'm in no mood for parties. Go on, what are you, then?
Well, I thought you'd have got it as soon as I come in. Old Mother Riley.
From one of these feet. You can get nothing cold out here.
And what the heck are you supposed to be? A couple of budgies?
Well, I'll put his max on, he says, and we won't look conspicuous. I'm going home.
You're coming right here. I'm sorry about the miniskirt. It'll now get cold round the nether region. I'm not
Hey, you'll get locked up.
See? And he's a mate of ours.
Have you got out on underneath?
Well, of course we have. See?
Well, what have you got on?
Fig leaves.
Oh, now, look, cut that out, will you, Mr. Firstloff? I felt gormless enough walking down the street with folks whistling at us. It's not funny telling everybody fig leaves.
It'd be funny if we had fig leaves on, though, wouldn't it?
Well, I'm not tickled.
No, it might tickle us.
Look, can I have 2 whiskies, please, Mr. Walker? I think my nerves is just past breaking point.
Hey, we're the first here.
Well, more time to enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, except they'll be able to laugh at us before we can laugh at them.
They won't laugh at me. I'll chuck me oranges.
You? No. The men's eyes will be popping out like organ stops and all the women will want to tear you to pieces. No, it's me I feel sorry for.
You look gorgeous. I think you should always dress like that.
Handsome, I think, is a better word, love. Feel a big enough pansy as it is.
Oh, Kenneth. Oh, my word, you're a right Bobby Dazzler, aren't you?
Oh, am I?
Are you Peter O'Toole?
Nearly. Lawrence of Arabia.
Very nice. Are you going to take your coat off, Mr. Caldwell? Oh, no, it's my fancy dress. Have you guessed who I'm impersonating? Oh, yes, right away.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't got her walk.
Whose?
Hey, and no cracks. We are not Adam and Eve. We are Fur Club and Booze, joiners and plumbers.
Hey, you get a
Only
52
short
and a 17X to Gotham City.
We are the dynamic duo.
Trio.
Zam, bam, zonk, plonk, zow.
We. Holy Roman, you flipping thump.
Have you? Meanwhile, back in the Batcave. Hey, get off! Excuse me. Hey, you supposed to be a Spanish dancer?
Well, that's what it says on the label.
Well, I tell you what, darling, get up on there on the Joanna. And give it a dance, eh?
Can't without a rose in my teeth, and it's not the same with a sprig of holly.
As a matter of fact, I've got a sprig of mistletoe in my coat.
You haven't, you know. Mr. Tatlock's nicked it. He's loping round, holding it in the air with an evil grin on his face.
Do you know, I always fancied myself as one of them hot-blooded Spaniards.
So did I.
But they've been very cagey over Gibraltar, though, you know.
You know, I often think there must be some little girl somewhere in Barcelona that'd like to change places with me. You know, chip butters on a Saturday night.
Hey, I tell you what, darling. If you want to liven things up, jump at the table and shout, "Ole!" Hey!
What, after 3 helpings of trifle?
Well, you could always shake your maracas.
I beg your pardon.
You should shake your maraca. Oh, well, I wasn't meaning out in any way at all. I mean, it's... Well, these Spanish dancers, they have these maracas and... I think I've got to go.
That is quite...
Excuse me, thank you.
You know what? I want some bean powder. All I said was...
We heard what you said. Blimey, it brought you out in hot blushes, didn't it, David?
Oh, you mean this blancmange did? Who made it, anyway?
I did.
Oh, I put it in it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, join the club. Delicious, love. Delicious.
No, all I said was that if Elsie Tanner's breast was any lower down, she'd be showing her navel. She's not vulgar about saying that. That's what Guy Fawkes got burnt at the stake for, you know, free speech.
Hey, what's she rabbiting about?
Just agree with her. Irma, look, change the subject. Anything except politics, religion. Your dad on the dole and Elsie Tanner's navel.
You know, there's somebody missing.
Who?
Annie Walker. I mean, it's not like her to miss a chance of, Uh-oh. Forget it. She hasn't.
Hide upon you, my loyal and noble servant. Ah, Mr. Fairclough, my liege.
You are?
Lady.
Oh, yes, of course. Your ladyship. Your queen.
I think you look very nice, Mrs. Walker.
I'm deeply flattered, my goodly lady.
Oh, goodly.
Excuse me, Mrs. Walker, I hope you don't think I'm showing me ignorance.
Yes?
What are you?
Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, well, where's your Phil then, playing polo down Mosley Street?
Queen Elizabeth I.
Oh. Ah! Hey, hang on a minute, darling. Walk up front my cape because that floor's covered in brown ale, you see there.
1,000 mercies, Sir Walter.
Len,
What?
come here, I want to tell you something. You know, I don't think she's pretending. I think she's always been Queen Elizabeth, dressed up as Annie Walker.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, I'll leave you and leave you. Where are you? Secret. Oh, yeah. Are you telling? No. Ah, it's sort of half, you know.
Oh, yes?
And that's all you're daring to know.
Oh.
Hey, can I ask you something that I've been down to ask you all night?
Where's my camel?
Yeah, how do you know?
You're the only one who hasn't asked me.
All right. Right, be good.
Yeah, all right.
Hello. Did you say I was blessed with a suspicious mind?
In a word, yes.
Yes, so would I.
Yes, you met, Mrs. Walker.
Don't you think that it's time that we started the parade? I really can't sit down until we do.
You nervous?
No, love, you see, it's all real velvet, and I don't want it to get it creased before the grand
Oh,
parade.
yes, love, get them organised. I'm getting cheese off carrying
Right.
oranges around all night.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, could I have your attention, please? Thank you. Thank you. Quiet, please, quiet. Sit down. I don't know, but never in all my life have I seen such a load of custards.
Yeah. Well, that goes for you and all, love.
Yeah, right. Anyway, if you'll all form up in a line, we'll begin the contest.
Oh, it's smashing, isn't it? Like a Miss World contest. Hey, if Mr. Tatlock wins, does he still get a film test?
Could we have decorum, please? Even though it is a festive evening. Hey, be only a joke, Mrs. Walker.
No, it's not meant to be serious.
No, of course, it's pure fun, isn't it? I look on the whole thing as the purest frivolity. Shall I come first, dear?
Yeah, just a minute. Hey, we haven't got a judge yet, have we?
I know. Dot.
Dot.
Dot can be judged.
Aye, but she's a friend of yours, isn't she?
Well, what about her? She's not in fancy dress, is she?
Well, neither am I.
Ah, but she's done fashion shows before, haven't you, love?
Well, so, what's that got to do with it?
Mrs. Tanner, it should really be somebody neutral. Yeah. I know that it's only chocolates and cigarettes, and of course I don't care at all, naturally.
Ooh, naturally.
Well,
Right, Mrs. Greenhouse it is, by popular vote. Come on. Congratulations.
What do I have to do?
you have to choose, love, impartially, but it doesn't matter who wins.
Oh, okay. There's some ice in there, Dennis.
Oh, I don't fancy it anymore.
Come on, then, everybody get into line.
Right, we're in a line.
Come on now, fire! Quick! Dress!
You know, you're right. I've never seen such a bunch of custards in a baker's window.
Now, who's going first? Hey, what about you, Ken?
Hey?
Go on, you go.
Oh. Kenneth Barlow, Coronation Street, Lawrence of Arabia.
Minnie Caldwell, Coronation Street, Old Mother Riley.
Have they woken you up?
No, I was properly asleep. Hey, is that my stuff you're doing?
Well, it was all its same bundle, I thought, while I
Yeah,
was...
then you can throw it out at me. Lady do know. She's had me doing her ironing for her now.
Look, I told you I was doing mine. A couple of frocks as broad as long. How are you?
I'm all right, but I've had it, Mum.
Shall I shut them up in there?
No, don't do that. It's a party anyway, headaches, no.
Right, well, you get back to bed and I'll bring you a couple of aspirins and a hot drink. And you are not putting me out.
Not much company for you, am I? An holiday time, I know.
Well, you'll be better in a few days.
I'll make it up to you.
Albert Tatlock, Coronation Street, Father Christmas.
Tanner, no fixed abode. Batman.
Leonora Fairclough, Batman number 2.
Gerald Booth, Mosley Street, rowing a flipping boy wonder.
Now, if you'll excuse me, everyone, I'm going into a coma to decide winner.
Actually, you know, it shouldn't really take her very long. Have you noticed this, dear? It's real lace, you know, Nottingham. But at first glance, it looks like genuine guipure.
Oh, yeah. That's what I thought to myself, that it were a genuine...
Guipure.
Aye.
Hey, Joe, I'll tell you something. If I don't win, you can look out for a dog's life at work next week. There you are. What did I tell you?
Oh, shut up, ma'am. Stop showing your ignorance.
Better than showing me navel.
Oh.
You know, it's been a very hard and difficult decision. You know, into your deal.
Come on.
Oh, don't do it. This is my first fancy dress contest I've judged all day. Anyway, now, without further ado, I would like to announce the winner.
Batman!
Oh,
Yeah, but which one?
Okay. Robin, the boy wonder.
It's only my spring shirt and cycling bag.
Because of his lovely hairy legs.
Really, Mrs. Greenhouse?
Well, you said you wanted a bit of fun.
Go on, Jerry, up on a platform.
Right, lad.
Congratulations. Well done, 100 choking. Thank you very much. I'm highly honoured, I suppose, and I shan't let it go to my head. I mean, I won't give my job up and take it up professionally.
If you'll excuse me, I really think I ought to be getting back to the Rovers. Mr. Walker's having to hold the fort.
There's also a prize for the best dressed lady. As Queen Elizabeth, Mrs. Annie Walker.
Me? I? Oh, surely not.
Aye, she were a rum one with Mrs. Walker.
Here, we never asked. Which house did you live in when you lived here?
Number 13, next to Mrs. Lappin's shop.
You never. That's where I live.
Is it? Oh, hey, you didn't by chance buy it from Mrs. Hardman and Christine, did you? It was them we sold it to. A bit of a come down for them, from what I gathered.
No, we come much later. We bought it off of Mr. Booth. Very nice young man.
Far cry from Australia, lovey.
You say that again. Where's the nearest beach?
Well, not very far away. Blackpool. And we do have one big advantage over you, you know. No sharks. Well, not in the water, any road. Plenty on Golden Mile, though.
And where are you staying while you're here? In Manchester?
Oh, just for one night. Then we're off on a tour of Lancashire looking up my relatives, and then down to South Wales looking up my husband's. Oh, where are we booked in tonight?
The Savoy?
Ah, yeah.
Hey, that's another thing we got in common. Oh, me and Stan stayed there on a second honeymoon.
On your what?
Second honeymoon. We won it in a competition. Oh, now that were an happy memory. Stan? It's here! Hey, Stan, did you hear me? It's here!
Mrs. Ogden,
That's me, yeah.
I'm your transport love.
Oh, bang on time, aren't you?
We try to be.
Oh, yeah, well, we won't be a minute. We're nearly ready. Hey, Stan! It's here! The car! It's waiting for us outside. What are you doing up there? You've not got back in bed, have you? Oh, hey, Chuck. You look $1 million, you really do. Oh, it fits your treat, that, doesn't it? Who did you borrow it off?
Big John Shaw, you know. We should move the button of this shirt. It's killing me.
Oh, well, try and keep your neck still. Well?
Well, what?
Well, how do I look?
Right.
Oh, thanks very much. It is supposed to be a second honeymoon, you know. You might at least show a bit of interest.
You know, we should have had a brass from that competition. Never mind this nonsense.
I shall say this just once, Stanley, all right? A second honeymoon they want to give us. A second honeymoon we're going to have. And if you go and spoil it, I'll play Tarara Bundy on your bonds with a toppy hammer. Now get that case picked up and come on.
Oh, it's just choking me.
Get outside and for heaven's sake look as though you're enjoying yourself.
All right.
Oh, tonight's the night we can't afford to miss. The moon is bright and there is
Well, idea, you. Where's the brass band?
Oh, here's our age, it's real. Hey, what do you
Go on,
think
get
of
it.
his notice? Go on.
Hey, I don't want any of that stuff getting in here, missus. a can or a pudding, Dave.
Oh, get laughing, boy, there.
No, it did. Don't to me.
Oh, sure.
I'll grab a tonic bottle with you, won't you, love?
Yeah.
Hey, don't do nothing I wouldn't do, will you?
That means I'll do nothing.
Right, ta-ra, Ben.
Ta-ra, lovely.
Hey, keep Stan off the booze.
I'll have to stick a cork in his gob, then won't
Hey, it's a nice place, isn't it?
I'm glad you think so.
I meant exactly what I said just now. Anything you want, anything at all, just ask. For the next 24 hours, you're the most important guest in this hotel. Your every wish is our command. Just as though you were royalty. Would you like to come this way?
Thank you. You're very kind. Thank you. Oh,
Thanks,
stop
Roach.
me,
Hey, it fell in a row, isn't it?
I hope you find it satisfactory. It's only recently been completely redecorated and refurnished, as a matter of fact.
It's very nice, don't you think so, Stanley?
Right, all right. Oh, thanks very much for your trouble.
Thank you very much.
Yes, it's very nice. Very nice indeed. It grows on you, doesn't it, Stanley? Especially the decor.
I think you'll find everything you need. Television, radio, drinks.
Drinks?
They're in the dispenser, sir.
Oh. Hey, that's handy, chuck, isn't it?
Very convenient.
How much do you pay for this? We were paying for it ourselves, like.
This room, £48, sir.
Oh, a week, that's not bad, is it? Costs about that to run our place, doesn't it?
That's per night, sir.
You're joking.
No, sir, I'm not. Well, I hope you enjoy your stay here, Mr. and Mrs. Ogden. And don't forget, here's the phone. Anything you want, just pick it up and ask for it. The restaurant's closed now till 7, but if you'd like something in your room...
Oh, well, actually, I wouldn't mind a cup of tea, if it's no trouble.
I'll see to it myself. Indian or China?
Well, I usually get mine at the corner shop.
Indian, I think. Well, I'll leave you two to it.
Thank you very much.
Hey, I've tipped you.
It's quite all right, sir, really.
Hey, he's not bad for a flunky, is he?
He's the manager.
No flunkies in hotels.
Stan not back yet, then?
Back, he's only just gone.
Yeah, well, I thought he might find the luxury a bit overpowering, you know, like what I do. Pint, please, Fred.
Hey, do you really think I look smashing?
I said so, didn't I?
Like on his first honeymoon, such as it were.
Better.
Flatterer.
You know, I thought he looked a bit skinny our first honeymoon.
You said I looked like Rita Hayworth.
I never.
Oh, you did. And you kept crooning that old black magic in the hero. Even in the Cardoma in Blackpool.
Well, I don't remember.
Oh, I do. I remember everything.
Oh, women always do, don't they?
Yeah. Going to my head already. Well, that's the idea, isn't it? Oh, do you know, Stan? I still can't hardly believe it. Fabulous hotel, champagne, dinner for two. Probably be prawn cocktails and all that. Oh, it's like a dream come true.
I wonder who's at Rovers now.
Well, whoever it is, I'll bet they were wishing they was here. Do you really think I look smashing?
I said so, didn't I?
Well, I feel smashing. Don't you?
I feel all right, that.
Well, give us a kiss, then.
Eh?
You heard? Come on, you daft egg. This is the second honeymoon, you know, not the first. Although, as I remember, you wasn't all that backward at coming forward then.
What's that lipstick taste of?
Woman, Stanley. Woman. I'm here, Chuck.
Where do you get that?
Borrowed it off Rita Fairclough. You never think so, though, would you, at 60th Street? You like me in it?
Oh, it's great. Great. Great.
All right, don't overdo it. Now then, where's the switch for this light? Oh, look. Bedside lamp. Oh, I've always wanted one of them. I could be reading me book till all hours. They're more restful, aren't they, the one in the middle of the ceiling? Oh, yes. I think we'll get us some bedside lamps, Sam. And a couple of little tables. Oh, I've learned a thing or two from this place, I can tell you. We're going to move with the times in future. This little mole is about to surface. Oh, clean sheets. Nothing nicer, is there? Well, here I am, Chuck. In bed, full of champagne, wine, prawn cocktail, poached salmon, chocolate mouse and a couple of bevies to top it all up. I'm a walking banquet, me. Oh, sorry, lying down banquet. Oh, what a day, though, eh, Stan? Everything just perfect. You know, I thought it might take me back to us first time, like. But it hasn't, though. Stan? Oh, well, you can't have everything, can you? It was romance, a dream come true. That perfect honeymoon along with you. Yeah, a very happy memory. Somewhat unique. You know what doesn't happen very often.
Yes, I'm sure. We went in for a fashion competition once, didn't we? A luxury holiday for two on Whitsunday Island. Oh, it's lovely up there. Never heard anything, though, did we?
It was in the Herald. They printed the winner's name.
Did they? I never saw it.
Yeah, somebody from Coogee.
Oh, we won ours, me and Stan. And it's nice to have memories like that. Especially with, well, with my husband not being with us anymore. He died the end of last year.
Oh, dear. I'm so sorry.
Oh, we had a very happy life. Very happy. Never really wanted for anything.
Oh, good heavens, I'll get shot. Promised to pick Deirdre up. We've got to look for some new bedroom wallpaper. I'll say to give her half an hour off. Look, I shouldn't be too long. I'd like her to meet you if you're still here.
Oh, well, we don't mind waiting a little while if it's all right with you.
Yeah, of course.
Right, I'll see you later then.
Bye. I didn't like asking if you were still married. You don't, do you, with all these divorces?
Still married, Ken? Bless your life, he's in the Guinness Book of Records. He's on his third.
He's never.
He is, you know, which is a miracle in itself. I mean, you'd have to be pretty brave to take Ken on, wouldn't you say, Hilda?
Yeah, I would that.
Why? What's wrong with him?
Well, it's not him exactly.
No, somewhat tragic happens to all his nearest and dearest. Oh, you get folk like that, you know. It's as if a curse had been put on them. Well, I mean, look what happened to his first wife. Valerie, her name was, Mr. Taplock's niece. Oh, a lovely girl. They had a lovely wedding. Everything seemed to be going perfect.
Valerie had twins, a lovely little boy and girl. And we used to see Ken pushing them around, proud as punch. The grandmother brought them up after Val died.
They'd pulled the factory down by then and built a block of flats. That's where they were living when the fire happened. Oh, that was a terrible day. That lovely girl. Who was the next one he married, Betty? It was that Janet, wasn't it?
Oh, they say he married her on the rebound. He wanted somebody to look after him.
Yeah, well, he picked the wrong one if he did, because she wanted one thing, he wanted another. Oh, we all knew it wouldn't last, but, well, we never reckoned on how it would all end.
No. She committed suicide. Poor soul.
Knocked him sideways, I can tell you.
And the next one, well, knocked us all sideways. 18 years younger than him, a 4-year-old daughter, divorced. Nice girl, don't she, Deirdre?
Oh, yeah.
Those whom God has joined together, let no man put asunder.
One fella had a good try, though, didn't he?
You're right, love.
Well, I was just thinking what the parson said.
Oh.
Then what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. Mike Baldwin had a good try, though, didn't he?
Now, Vanilda.
What's all this?
Oh, now look what you've done. Alice has come for all the news. You don't want bothered with all the scandal.
Who doesn't? What do you think I've come 12,000 miles for?
Behave yourself, Mum.
You be quiet. Come on.
Should I tell her? Yeah, go on then. Well, we're not sure if it's gospel, but this is the way we've put it together. You know, a nod here and a wink there. Well, you know how it is. It all happened a couple of Christmases ago. Deirdre's mother asked them to go to a posh country club that she worked at, and Ken said no. Well, shall we go out and have a Christmas dinner then? No, said Ken. And he kept on saying no to everything she suggested. New Year, there's a dance over at the centre, and Deirdre finds herself dancing with Mike Baldwin. He owns that factory across the road. Got away with him, hasn't he?
Oh, you can say that again.
Hey, keep your eye on the door.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, it all comes pouring out. Mike Baldwin puts the charm on, you know, and tells Deirdre that if she wants a shoulder to cry on, give him a knock. And she did. And to cap it all, while all this hanky-panky's going on, Ken finds out he hasn't got this new job he'd set his heart on.
What are you doing sitting in the dark?
Watching telly.
It's early.
Started as the news.
Tracy's having a tea round at Annette's. What do you want?
Whatever's going.
I think there's some chops. Ken?
Yeah, fine. I don't suppose there's any news from Al.
No.
Not that it matters. Not that it matters a jot. It's not going to change anything. This is my life. A crummy job in a crummy town. God knows how I came by it. This wasn't the idea. It wasn't the idea at all. The idea was success, achievement, satisfaction, a rounded life. But somewhere on the way, I strayed from the road. You'll never get back on it now.
Can you hear yourself? Can you?
What?
You're pathetic. There is nothing wrong with your life that a little, I don't know, enthusiasm wouldn't put right.
I was enthusiastic about that job, but they turned me down.
All right. So be enthusiastic about the next one you apply for.
Well, what's the point? I was right for that job. Perfect. But I wasn't lucky. I've never been lucky. Just look at my record. One disaster after another. Okay. So that's the way it is. What's the point in trying? Why not just face facts and let the waves roll over me till the last syllable of recorded time?
Not getting that job had nothing to do with luck.
How would you know?
I just know.
How?
Hal's found out something.
And? Well, come on, why didn't I get it?
You just didn't have enough go about you.
Enough go.
Enough life, enough enthusiasm. That's just the impression that you gave, apparently. Oh, very clever, very intellectual, but...
Boring.
It's as good a word as any.
Oh, yes, it is. It's the in word, isn't it? Anything isn't with it, swinging or trendy. It's boring. I'm boring! And there's just nothing I can do about it, because the great tragedy is that I'm not aware of it. I happen to think that I'm a great guy. But apparently I'm wrong. Well, so be it.
And that's it.
That's it.
What about me? What about my life? I don't want a boring life. I don't want to just go through the motions.
There's nothing wrong with your life. Your life is rounded. You've got a family, a home, a job, and friends. I mean, what's wrong with that?
It's not enough, Ken.
Well, what else do you want? Hmm?
What I've found.
What's that?
Somebody else. Mike. Mike Baldwin.
That was before.
It's now. I'll make you something to eat.
To the hell with something to eat. I want this thing out in the open once and for all. Now tell me, just when did this nasty little affair get underway?
Oh, it has to be nasty.
Of course it has to be nasty, and don't try to pretend it isn't.
Well, maybe it is. I don't really know whether it is or it isn't.
And just how long has it been going on?
Not long. Since about Christmas.
Oh, I see. The season of goodwill to all men, especially Mike Baldwin.
Look, do you want to know about this, or are you just going to sneer and make nasty remarks? Because if that's all
No,
you can...
I want to hear about it.
Well, like I say, it started about Christmas. You and me were rowing about going to my mother's, and that's not really important. I just needed someone to turn to. And he was there. And he talks to me, and he listens too.
Oh, I see. You're seriously claiming that I don't talk to you now, are you?
Well, you don't, Ken. You talk at me. It's like a missionary talking to the natives. Oh, well, very nice and polite, but a million miles above their heads. And if the natives want to have a little jabber, you nod and smile, but you're not really taking any notice of what they're saying. Do you know what you do, Ken? You tolerate me. And I wanted to be close to you. And it's just like you're 100 miles away.
You know what you're doing, don't you? Just picking out any excuse you can think of to justify it.
I'm not trying to justify it. I'm trying to explain it.
How could you do it? I mean, my God, it's less than 2 years since we got married.
Yeah, well, it doesn't feel like it. Can I tell you what it feels like to me? It's like I'm part of the wallpaper or a piece of furniture that's been around forever. I mean, you hardly ever look at me, Ken. If I grew another head, it'd be a week before you noticed. Honestly, the way you act, it's like we've been married for 20 years.
Yes, well, maybe that's how I am. If Val was alive, I would have been married for 20 years. It's a fact of life. Most of my adult life, I have been married.
But not to me, though. Damn it, Ken, not to me.
I hear you were playing the Aunt Emily bit this morning.
Pardon?
Alf said you took Tracy to school.
Oh, yes.
Why, is Deirdre ill?
I really couldn't say.
Well, didn't you see her when you went to pick the kid up?
Yes.
Then you must know if she's ill or not.
I don't want to discuss Deirdre with you, Mr. Baldwin.
All right, for the sake of argument, let's suppose I neglected you, though I don't agree that I did.
But you wouldn't,
Just let me finish, for God's sake, even if I have. Do you think that excuses what you did? I mean, couldn't you have come to me? Couldn't you have said, let's talk this thing out?
I didn't know how. I tried in my own way. It's not easy, you know.
I see. It's easier to start sleeping with Mike Baldwin.
Hello?
It's me.
Oh, Mike. Listen, I can't talk now.
Why, what's the matter?
Nothing. I just can't talk now. I'll speak to you later.
Sorry to interrupt you. He was a little chap. No doubt there's been a good many of those over the past few weeks. Baldwin, of all people! You decide to have an affair to enliven the tedium of your marriage. And you have to go and pick a little creep like him!
I didn't pick him! I didn't go looking for an affair. I didn't want an affair.
I see. It was an irresistible impulse. Was it written in the stars? This thing was bigger than both of you.
I hate you when you talk like
What
that.
you hate is the truth! About your sordid little bit on the side with a spiv like Baldwin.
At least he's human. At least he wanted me.
I wanted you!
You never wanted me, Ken, or kids, or anything. It's your pride that's hurt, that's all.
That's not true, I'm afraid. I loved you. I'm the man you married. I'm exactly the same now as I was then, and if that wasn't what you wanted, why do you marry me?
Oh, Ken.
Ignore it.
No.
Why did you put the phone down on me?
It's Ken. He knows. I've told him everything.
Get out
Ken,
of this
please.
house.
Shut up!
I'm warning you. Get out of this house.
That's it. You go. Go. Ken, stop.
Give us a large scotch when you visit.
Coming up. Oh, Mr. Owen, you know that order that we're doing for Jackson's?
Yeah, not now, Ivy.
Well, it's just that we're going to be needing some
Ivy,
more...
I said not now, and I mean not now.
Sorry, I spoke, I'm sure.
Well, you've killed our marriage. It's dead. Pack your bags. And go to Baldwin. Or wherever the hell you like. Because I've had enough.
Hey. Hey. Everything all right, then?
Uncle Albert, not up yet.
No.
Right. I'm going to start packing.
I don't suppose I need to ask where you're moving to.
You think you care, do you? Or have you forgotten it's you that's telling me to get out?
No. I haven't forgotten why.
Right. Need to go. You want me to get out? I'm going.
Good.
I suppose you've heard, have you? Cat's out of the bag. Deirdre's told Kim.
I thought something of the sort might have happened, yes.
Well, it has.
Oh, dear.
I'm glad. I'm glad it's all out in the open. Best for everyone, really.
Can't see that it can be best for Tracy, whatever happens.
Oh, come on. No kid's going to be happy if the parents aren't.
But they were, Mr. Baldwin. I don't care what you say. They were happy together.
Well, they're not now.
No.
No. Because it's all my fault, isn't it? I mean, as far as you're concerned, it's all my fault, isn't it? Oh, well, never mind. When she's out of that house, perhaps you'll see that I'm not just a villain of the piece.
Right. I'm off then. And just for your information, I'm not going to Mike Baldwin's. I wouldn't take Tracy there, whatever you might think.
So, where?
Going to my mum's. Start with anyway.
Your mother?
Yeah.
For God's sake.
I thought at least you'd be pleased about that. Can't I do anything right?
You're ending our marriage, you're breaking up this family just to go to your mother's. I mean, what does that solve?
It gets me out of here, doesn't it? It gets me away from you.
Ah.
Well, that's what you said you wanted. For me to go.
Yes. Because of what you've done. Because of what you think of our marriage. And don't you go trying to tell me that I'm the one who's ending this thing. It's your doing. It's been your doing from start to finish, and it's you that's walking out of that door now.
Right. Now we know.
All right, well, just don't you think. Just don't think that when you walk out of that door that you're ever coming back.
I won't. Ken, I don't want to go. Don't
let me go.
I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. You and Uncle Albert and Teresa. What must you think of me? I couldn't go through the door, can I go? Please don't say I've got to go. I'll do anything. I'll go and see my boyfriend. I'll tell him I'll never see him again. I'll never see him again as long as I live.
No. No, I'll tell him.
You've got enough to keep it going till then, yeah? Oh, I'll talk to you later about this.
But what
I
if we
said
run out
later,
of...
all right?
Yeah, all right.
What do you want?
I thought you might like to know what's happened as far as my marriage is concerned, since you've been taking such a great interest in it.
I don't bear any harm, it's just one of
Oh,
those things.
save it. I've had enough of your two-faced hypocrisy to last me a lifetime. How can you stand and have a drink with a man when you're having an affair with his wife?
Yeah, I didn't enjoy doing it.
Yeah, well, you still did it. Well, let me tell you this, my friend. You won't do it again. And let me tell you something else, too. You stay well away from my wife, and you don't talk to her again.
I talk to who I like, when I like.
No.
What are you going to do? Lock her in the house, not let her out the door?
I don't need to. She's staying with me. It's over as far as you're concerned.
That is what you would like.
She's got a home and a family, and that is where she's staying.
It was that home and that family she was so anxious to get away from. That's why she came to me in the first place.
You've never been married, have you?
What's that got to do with it?
What that means is you don't know the first thing about it. Certainly not as far as our marriage is concerned. You might have come near to wrecking it, but you never come anywhere near to understanding it.
Ah, don't give me that.
Look, I'm telling you, you're finished. You don't see her again, and you don't talk to her again.
Says you.
Yes, I do.
Well, I don't believe it. And I won't, unless I hear it from her.
Well, you can believe what you like, but I'm telling you what you're going to do. And that is, you're going to stay well away from my wife.
When? I mean, where are we going?
Tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, Ringway.
Serious?
These are serious enough, aren't they? Took some finding, too. I've been around just about every travel agent in town.
Well, what about...
And I called on Emily on the way back, and she will be delighted to keep an eye on these two while we're away.
Well, I wondered what you were up to, but I never dreamed that...
What we need. Get away for a bit. Get ourselves sorted out.
How about that? Would you like your Auntie Emily to look after you while Mummy and Daddy go on holiday?
What is it you're going to?
Malta.
But I don't know. Been a right day, this has.
Well, don't worry. It is only a holiday. We are coming back, I promise you that. I'll go.
We'll have to bring you something back, won't we, from Malta?
I want to see Deirdre.
I've told you, you can't.
You're keeping her here, aren't you?
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
I want to see her, and I want to hear it from her.
What is it?
It's all right.
He said that you're staying here and you don't want to see me again.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Mike.
But you can't be.
I'm sorry.
All
I
right,
know
that's enough. Okay, you've heard what you wanted to hear, all right? So in future, just stay away.
Of course, we're only guessing at half of it, but I think we've pieced it together pretty well.
He's had quite a life, hasn't he?
He's not done too bad when you think about it, for such an ordinary lad.
I don't think he's ordinary. Should see some of the fellas we've got. Girls come about 6. stuff. Surfing, tennis, cricket, Australian rules.
They're here. I'll have to get my skates on and all, Betty, because I'm due at Mrs. Lowther's. Hope you don't mind, but I've got to dash. Been very nice to meet you. Have a good holiday, and perhaps we'll see you again sometime.
Oh, I do hope so, yes.
Ta-ra, then. Bye, love.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, hello. Oh, now, this is Deirdre, and this is Alice and Marilyn.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, your taxi's just come.
Oh, it's hello and goodbye then.
Oh, what a shame. Still, it's been very nice to meet you. Look after him, won't you?
I will.
Come on, Mum, better get going.
Oh, yeah, we've got a lot to do today. 3 cousins in Fallowfield for a start.
Oh, well, we'll see you off.
Oh, it's been lovely to meet you all.
Oh, good.
Well, sorry it was such a flying visit.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Can he give me a kiss?
Well, just a little one.
Bye, Alice. Have a safe journey.
Bye-bye.
Just a minute. Betty.
What, love?
That's where we live at home, so don't forget if you're passing.
Next time we're in Sydney.
Oh,
Bye-bye, lovey. Bye.
Well, did you give her all the gossip?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh, I can think of a lot I should have told her and didn't.
Oh, come on. It's 25 years since. You can't tell them everything in one go, you know. They'll have to come back for the second instalment.
Bye, love.
Ta-ta, bye-bye, dear. Hey, you fair. Mind these windows, as it'll be. You'll be about 50 by the time you get your spending money.